In this video, we are going to start new chapter, that is periodic table and periodicity of properties. First of all, we must know what is periodic table. A periodic table is the systematic arrangement of elements in the form of a table. Systematic arrangement of elements in the form of a table is called a periodic table. This arrangement of elements is based upon a law which is known as periodic law. We must know what is periodic law. According to periodic law, if elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers, then their properties are repeated in a regular manner. Today, we have more than 109 elements. These elements are arranged in the form of a table that is known as periodic table. Periodic table is one of the most important tools in chemistry. It is very useful for understanding and predicting the properties of elements. If we know physical and chemical properties of one element in a group, we can predict physical and chemical properties of other elements which are present in the same group. We can also use periodic table to relate trends in the reactivity of elements with their atomic structure. We can also predict which element can form ionic compounds and which elements can form covalent compounds with the help of periodic table, depending upon what are the position of these elements in the periodic table. Now here we will see the periodic table and we will study the main feature of periodic. This is the periodic table of the elements. This is the modern periodic table. This periodic table is based upon the modern periodic law. We know what is a modern periodic law. If elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers, then their properties are repeated in a regular manner. In this periodic table, elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. For example, hydrogen, which is present at the first place of the periodic table, its atomic number is 1. Here, sodium is present at the 11th place because its atomic number is 11. Similarly, argon occupies 18th position in the periodic table because its atomic number is 18. It means in the modern periodic table, elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. In this periodic table, we can notice there are horizontal rows as well as vertical columns. Horizontal rows of periodic table are known as periods. First of all, we will study in detail about periods and then we will study about groups. Total periods which are present in the periodic table are 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At the bottom of the periodic table, there are 2 horizontal rows. The first horizontal row is the part of 6th period, while the second horizontal row is the part of 7th period. So total periods which are present in the periodic table are 7. In the periodic table, some periods are short period and some are long period. For example, the first period contains only 2 elements, that is hydrogen and helium. There are only 2 elements in the first period, that's why this is the short period. Coming to the second period, in the second period, we count the elements, total elements which are present in the second period. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It means in the second period, total elements are 8. So that's why this is also the short period. Likewise, second period, third period also contains 8 elements. There are 8 elements in the third period. Coming to the fourth period, in the fourth period, total elements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It means fourth period contains 18 elements. 18 elements. Out of these 18 elements, 8 elements are normal. 8 are normal, the first two elements, and from here, from this element, that is gallium to krypton, they are normal elements, while these elements they are transition elements. So in the fourth period, 8 elements are normal, while remaining 10 elements are transition elements. Fifth period is similar to the fourth period. Fifth period is similar to the fourth period. Fifth period also contains 18 elements. Out of these 18 elements, 8 elements are normal elements. 8 elements are normal, while remaining 10 elements are transition elements. Sixth period of the periodic table is the longest period. It is the longest period. It contains 32 elements. The 14 elements, the first row which is present at the bottom of the periodic table, it is a part of sixth period. In this row, total elements are 14. So 18 plus 14 is equal to 32. Out of 32 elements, 8 elements are normal elements. 8 are normal, while 10 elements are outer transition elements, and remaining 14 elements, they are known as inner transition elements. Seventh period of the periodic table is incomplete period, and it is incomplete period. Now we have discussed the periods of periodic table. That is, the horizontal rows of periodic table are known as periods. Some periods are short. For example, first period, second period, and third period, they are short periods. Some periods are long. For example, fourth period, fifth period, sixth period, they are long periods. Now we will discuss groups of periodic table. First of all, we must know what are groups. The vertical columns of periodic table are known as groups. These are groups. Vertical columns are known as groups. Now, each group is divided into two subgroups. That is, subgroup A and subgroup B. In subgroup A, we kept the normal elements. Usually, normal elements are kept in subgroup A, and transition elements are kept in subgroup B. So, total groups in periodic table are 8. Each group is divided into two subgroups, subgroup A and subgroup B. In subgroup A, we kept the normal elements, while in subgroup B, we kept the transition elements. Now, these subgroups, these groups are also known as families of periodic table. We must know their names. Total families or total groups of periodic table are 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total families or total groups of periodic table are 8. The group first A of the periodic table, this is group first A. This group is also known as the alkali metals. Alkali metals or lithium family, because the metal which is present, this group is started from the alkali metal lithium. That's why this is also known as lithium family. Lithium family or alkali metals. This group second A of the periodic table. This group is known as the alkaline earth metals or beryllium family. Since this group is started from beryllium, that's why this group is known as beryllium family. This group is also known as alkaline earth metals. Group first A is known as alkali metals. Why they are known as alkali metals? Since the metals of these groups, they form the water soluble bases, and we know water soluble bases are known as alkalis. That's why they are known as alkali metals. Group second A of the periodic table, they are known as alkaline earth metals, because metals of this group also form water soluble bases and they are largely exist on earth crust. That's why this group is known as alkaline earth metals or beryllium family, since this group is started from beryllium. Now coming to group 30 of the periodic table, this group is known as boron family because this group is started from boron. That's why this group is known as boron family. Now we will discuss the vertical columns which are present in the periodic table. The vertical columns of periodic table, they are known as groups. Total groups which are present in the periodic table are 8. Each group is subdivided into two subgroups, subgroup A and subgroup B. In subgroup A, we kept the normal elements, while in subgroup B, usually transition elements are kept. What are normal elements? Usually these elements, they have fixed valencies, while transition elements, they have variable valencies. So in subgroup A, normal elements are kept, while in subgroup B, transition elements are kept. We'll see how many groups are there. This is group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it means total groups which are present in periodic table are 8. Now we must know why we kept some elements in the same group. It is due to similarity in their properties. All the elements which have same chemical properties or they are similar in their chemical behavior, they are kept in the same group of the periodic table. Now we must know the names of different families of or the different groups of periodic table. See the first group of the periodic table. This group is known as, the group first of the periodic table is known as the alkali metal groups. This is alkali metal groups or lithium family. What is the name of this group? Alkali metal groups or lithium family. Since the first alkali metal which is present in this group is lithium. It is started from lithium. That's why it is known as lithium family. The member of group first A are hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. These are the members of group first A. They are known as alkali metals since the metals of this group usually form water soluble bases. And we know water soluble bases are known as alkalis. That's why this group is known as alkali metals. Group second of periodic table. This is the group second of periodic table. This group is known as the alkaline earth metal groups or beryllium family. They are known as alkaline earth metals because metals of this group also form water soluble bases and these metals largely exist on earth crust. That's why they are known as alkaline earth metal family. Since this group is started from beryllium, that's why it is known as beryllium family. The members of this group are beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. Now coming to group 30 of the periodic table. Group 30 of the periodic table is known as boron family. Why it is known as boron family? Since this group is started from boron. The member of these groups are boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. These are the members of group 30. Similarly, we have group 4th A. Group 4th A is started from carbon. That's why this group is known as carbon family. This group contains carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead, etc. So this is the group 4th A of the periodic table. Group 5th A is known as nitrogen family. Nitrogen family, since this group is started from nitrogen, this group includes nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. These are the members of group 5th A. This group is also known as nitrogen family. Similarly, coming to group 6th A of the periodic table, group 6th A is known as oxygen family since this group is started from oxygen. The members of these groups are oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium, etc. This is the group 6A of the periodic table or oxygen family. Now coming to the next group, that is known as group 7th of the periodic table. Group 7th of the periodic table is known as halogen family. Halogen means salt former, since the member of this group on reaction with alkali metals or alkaline earth metals form salts. That's why they are known as halogens or salt former. The member of halogens are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. Now coming to the group 8th of the periodic table. The group 8th of the periodic table is known as inert or noble gases. Inert or noble gases. Since they are stable elements, so usually they are inert in a chemical reaction. That's why they are known as inert or noble gases. The members of this group are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. I hope groups or families of periodic table are clear to you. Now we must know we have two types of elements in the periodic table: normal elements or representative elements of the periodic table. Usually normal elements are kept in subgroup A. For example, in group 1A, group 2A, in group 3A up to group 8A. Normal elements are kept in these groups. Second type of elements, they are known as transition elements. Transition elements are usually kept in subgroup B. There are two types of transition elements. Here, these transition elements, they are known as outer transition elements. These are the outer transition elements. At the bottom of the periodic table, we have two rows of elements. There are two periods. These elements are known as inner transition elements. Inner transition elements. The first row is known as lanthanide series, since this series is started from lanthanum. That's why this is known as lanthanide series. The second series is known as actinide series, since this series is started from actinum. Now outer transition elements, they are also known as D block elements. While inner transition elements, they are known as F block elements. We have 4 blocks in the periodic table based upon the valence electron, presence of valence electron in different subshells. If valence electrons of an element are present in S subshell, then we kept those elements in S block. The first two group of periodic table, they made the S block of periodic table because their valence electrons are present in S subshell. Group 3A to group 8A. The members of group 3A up to group 8A, they made P block of periodic table because their valence electrons are present in P subshell. This is S block, this is P block. In between S block and P block, these elements are known as D block elements because their valence electrons are present in D subshell. Why they are known as D block elements? Because their valence electrons are present in D subshell. Similarly, lanthanide and actinide series, that is the two rows which are present at the bottom of the periodic table, they are known as F block. They made the F block. The reason is since their valence electrons are present in F block. F subshell, valence electrons of F block elements are present in F subshell. So there are 4 blocks in the periodic table based upon the presence of their valence electron in different subshells. We have S block, P block, D block as well as F block of the periodic table. I hope periodic table is clear to you.